Hey everyone, welcome back! Today we are diving into the absolute best sci-fi turn-based strategy RPGs you simply have to play. If you love big brains, big mechs, and aliens missing a 99% shot right in your face, you are in the right place. Grab your pulse rifles and let's get into it.
Engaging the enemy.
Let's kick things off with Warhammer 40k Battlesector. This is pure space marine power fantasy. You command the Blood Angels, dropping into grid combat to shred Tyranid swarms. What I love here is the momentum system. Your units literally get stronger the more aggressively you play. It rewards you for pushing forward instead of hiding behind cover. The weapons sound insanely satisfying. While it leans more toward pure tactics than deep RPG, upgrading your army feels great. If you want to purge aliens with extreme prejudice, start here.
Always ready.
Next up is Miasma Chronicles. From the creators of Mutant Year Zero, you play as Elvis, a young guy with a robotic glove, exploring a ruined America alongside his robot brother. The stealth mechanics here are fantastic. You can quietly pick off enemies before the real firefight even starts, which is totally my style. The world is surprisingly beautiful for a wasteland. The difficulty can punch you in the teeth early on, but mastering those tactical ambushes is incredibly rewarding. Moving on to Reverse Collapse codename Bakery. Do not let the anime art style fool you, because this game is ruthlessly challenging. Set in the Girls' Frontline universe, it plays like a hardcore stealth puzzle. You are severely outnumbered, so you have to use traps, gadgets, and the terrain to survive. The story gets surprisingly dark and time-bending, which I genuinely was not expecting. It is perfect for players who love carefully calculating every single move, even if you die a lot. Okay, we cannot talk about sci-fi tactics without mentioning the legendary Front Mission series. If you love gritty political drama mixed with highly customizable mechs, or Wansers as they call them, this is absolutely your jam. The tactical combat is amazing because you literally target specific mech parts. There is nothing quite like blowing off an enemy's weapon arm to completely neutralize them. Plus, Front Mission 3 Remake just finally dropped on PC and all consoles back in January 2026, so it is the perfect time to experience this masterpiece with completely updated visuals. We cannot talk about sci-fi RPGs without praising the Shadowrun trilogy, especially Dragonfall and Hong Kong. It is cyberpunk hacking mixed with high fantasy magic. You can be a street samurai with a shotgun or a troll shaman casting fireballs. The writing is top tier, giving you that gritty neon detective vibe. I still think about some of the companion quests years later. The combat is not the most complex on this list, but the atmosphere and sheer freedom make it a must-play. Before we continue the video, I want to inform you that right now, there are tons of crazy deals in instant gaming, especially if you love RPG games. Remember how expensive modern gaming lately? Well, not anymore, since you can get so many amazing titles with crazy discounts in instant gaming. Can you believe that just with $10 or even less than $5, you can enjoy one of the best gaming experiences in your life? Just look at these titles. It used to cost like $30 or even more than $40. And to make things even crazier, some games even drop so far to just $1. If you're a smart guy, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games, and use the activation code on your chosen platform. By using my link, you're not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Speaking of mechs, let's talk about Phantom Brigade. This game does something insane. It gives you a timeline to see the enemy's next turn before it happens. You scrub through a timeline to plan your mech's movement, dodging missiles by half a second. It feels like directing an action movie. They recently dropped a massive 2.2 free content update this past June 2026, adding even more ways to play. Upgrading your mechs with salvaged enemy armor is completely addictive and satisfying. Into the Breach is basically chess with giant robots and time travel. It is a beautifully simple concept where you defend cities from giant bugs on an 8x8 grid. The twist is that you always know exactly what the enemy is going to do. The brilliance comes from pushing and pulling enemies so they attack each other or miss. Runs are short but intensely brain-burning. I have lost way too many hours trying to save one single power building. Next is Cyber Knight's Flashpoint, a game that had its full launch in 2025 and has been getting crazy good updates since. This is a cyberpunk heist RPG where stealth actually works. You build a crew of mercenaries, plan your entry points, hack security, and try to get out quietly. When things go loud, the squad tactics are incredibly deep. I love the weapon modding and multi-classing. You really feel like a mastermind putting together the ultimate Shadow Ops team. Wasteland 3 is basically Fallout's cranky, freezing cold cousin. Set in a snowy, post-apocalyptic Colorado, you lead a squad of desert rangers trying to establish order. The combat is crunchy and satisfying, but the real star here is the writing and your choices. The humor is dark, sarcastic, and completely unhinged. You can have a cyborg chicken as a pet and accidentally start a war over a radio broadcast. The co-op is also a blast if you want to ruin a friendship. If you want old-school, unforgiving mechanics, Colony Ship is for you. You are on a massive, decaying generation ship heading to a distant planet and society has completely broken down. Expect brutal difficulty and branching narratives where talking your way out of a fight is often better than shooting. The combat is highly lethal, one wrong move and you are dead. It is incredibly deep and respects your intelligence. Just be ready to save your game very often.
Hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough.
Let's get back to heavy metal with BattleTech. You run a mercenary company of mech warriors, managing your finances, dealing with space politics, and dropping tons of ordnance on enemy mechs. The tactical combat is methodical and relies heavily on hit management and positioning. There is nothing quite like blowing the leg off an enemy mech just so you can salvage its shiny weapons after the mission. The modding community is also legendary, keeping it alive with massive overhauls.
Going hand to hand.
If you want that classic, terrifying UFO defense vibe, Xenonauts 2 is phenomenal. It finally left early access and hit its full release in April 2026, and it was absolutely worth the wait. It is a spiritual successor to the original 90s XCOM, set in an alternate Cold War timeline. You manage global bases, intercept UFOs, and send out your squads into highly lethal ground combat. The tension of opening a UFO door will spike your heart rate every time. MENACE just hit early access back in February 2026, and it is already making waves. Made by the madmen behind Battle Brothers, you lead a futuristic strike force against a terrifying alien threat. Instead of managing a single squad, you are coordinating infantry, mechs, and tanks. The tactical depth is insane, and your soldiers will die violently if you make bad calls. The procedural generation keeps every campaign fresh. It is shaping up to be a total powerhouse.
It's as good as done.
Owlcat Games gave us the first massive CRPG set in the Warhammer 40k universe with Rogue Trader, and it is a beast. You are basically a space billionaire privateer with a warrant to do whatever you want. The turn-based combat is steep, but the real meat is the exploration and dealing with your crazy companions. Plus, the Infinite Museon DLC that dropped in June 2026 added even more wild content. Dealing with Imperial bureaucracy has never been this fun.
I'll see you never stood.
Finally, we have the undisputed king of modern turn-based tactics, the XCOM series. No game makes you feel the highest highs and the lowest lows quite like this one. You will plan the perfect ambush, flank the alien, have a 99% chance to hit, and then completely miss. That pain is basically a rite of passage for strategy fans. The base building and bonding with your custom soldiers make it an absolute masterpiece that everyone must experience at least once.
Gives us options.